So I'm super excited to share this today. Um, and we'll just go in to do some deep healing because we'll have a little bit of extra time. And if either one of you have any questions, super welcome to pop it in the chat and all that jazz. Okay. So today, what we're gonna do, it's a recipe for miracles. How to have your prayers answered and or more, yeah, recipe for miracles. I am always so excited about, like, I have a very synchronistic life. I have this really cool ability, and it hasn't always been this way. I've kind of started figuring out the physics of the universe. Um, but how to call in miracles, how to have your prayers answered. I have this ability to ask something, get an answer right away, follow, and then have my life change. And I know what it feels like to be in these loops, to feel hopeless, to feel helpless, to feel despair, to feel like I guess I'm just supposed to be this way, or there's no answer, or that's not possible for me, or I've had this for so long, I can't imagine it being another way. Um, all you have to do, I have 4 steps here, but now I'm like adding in a fifth, is be open minded. Like, that's the first. And I highly recommend, if you want to take notes somewhere, this is what I'm sharing with you today. This is the guidepost. This is the manual that I live my life by. There's many ways that we can allow our individual expression to come through, but this is kind of the, let's zoom out of the details of our lives and let's look at the structure for a moment. So it's really difficult because our ego doesn't want to be wrong. Our ego doesn't want to say, oh, shoot, I saw that person like that my whole life, or myself like this my whole life, or whatever. And it doesn't want to see it another way because then it'll have to be wrong. But if you can be okay and loving and compassionate towards yourself and be willing to be wrong, miracles can happen. Because our brain, as we talk about always, tries to find proof of what it believes. And if we go, okay, brain, thank you for that. And what if something else is possible? Now, I know with this lesson, so many times I have been pissed off and I didn't even want an answer. Like, I was done in a certain area of my life. But I know there's that tiny part of us that goes, all right, if something miraculous could happen here that could transform this situation, I'll welcome it in. Like my health, my relationship, my bank account, whatever you're dealing with. I doubt it. I don't think it's possible. I hate the situation that I'm in. And I'm going to keep my mind open. If there's a miracle here, show me. Quantum field, universe, love. So that's the first step. Most of us don't even allow ourselves to admit that we want the thing and even ask. Or if we feel at our wits' end with something, we take it as our fate. We don't realize who we are. We don't realize we're these awake, aware, conscious co-creators with the divine. And when we take our power back just by remembering, whoa, I'm in charge in some sense. Like, I am not a powerless victim to the world. I have this capacity within me to align with my soul, with God, with divinity, with whatever we want to call it, and get answers from that place that are beyond the programs of our mind, then our life starts to change. And everything I'm sharing with you, we do slowly and we do over time because it slams our nervous system. We start to move into these miracles, and our nervous system goes, whoa, that's not safe. That's not our identity. That's not who we are. We don't want to let go of our old way and be outcast from the tribe who thinks completely differently than we do. So we heal a little bit at a time. We have a little miracle, and we come to our new level of existence, and we look around there and we go, oh, this is safe here. I'm okay here. And then our life opens up a little bit more and we get a little bit curious about our old patterns and beliefs and be like, wait a minute, was this just programmed in my head? Is this my heart? Is this who I am? Then a new answer comes in. We take aligned action from that place. We see that it's safe and our life changes. So here's the recipes for miracles. I did have 4. We're going to add in a 5th. Okay. So number 1, set an intention from the heart, ask for a miracle. So this can look a lot of ways. This can look like journaling. I love doing this exercise with my one-on-one clients. What does your heart long for? Or you could be in a moment of despair. I was in a moment of having gnarly cramps during my cycle, and I was like, I'm at a loss. I need a miracle. Like, I don't know what I need right now, but I'm in so much pain. So it can come from, this is what my heart wants, or I need help right now. And something will pop into your head. Now, normally we discount it because we're so programmed to follow the patterns that we don't know the language of the answer to the prayer, of the answer to the miracle. Okay, so number 1, set an intention from the heart or ask for a miracle from a place of love, or when you're in a place of pain. You're never alone. There's always a new piece of energy, a new piece of thought from the quantum field. You're that powerful. You can draw to you the answer just by opening your mind to it. So number 2 is learn how to listen deeper. So again, when I had my gnarly cramps during my cycle, this woman who I had come across on YouTube popped in my head. I was like writhing in pain, and she popped into my head. Now, lots of things pop into your head, but learning how to listen deeper means that didn't come from fear. That wasn't, oh my God, what do I need to do? It was just this, the way I explain it, and I don't know, people say this translates, but it's this simple little boop, bop, here, this. It's the way wisdom speaks to us. It's this common sense. Here's this piece of information. It's a piece of higher information from a divine higher part of yourself that doesn't have a lot of crap on it. And so if we can start to attune ourselves to that language of an image coming in, a sense, a knowing, a feeling, you are not crazy. You are not making stuff up. That is the language of your soul, of your wisdom. It is 100% reliable. It is safe. It is okay to trust yourself. We have been taught to trust externally, right? What someone else says about X, Y, and Z, that we discount. Oh my gosh, I have the power to ask for a miracle right now, open my mind to something new, and tune into myself and trust whatever piece of information arises. Okay. So I was like, okay, I know to trust this information. Look this woman up after, all the pain resided on YouTube, and her videos have been changing my life. And then this last cycle, I was 10 times better because I've allowed all of her healing and what she's taught into my life. Right. So the answers come right away if we know how to tune into them, and we know we're all given this gift of the same power. It doesn't make us special or weird or far out there that we, oh my God, I have this divine information that pops into my head. We all do. We just don't know the language of it. So number 1, set an intention from the heart, ask for a miracle. Number 2, learn how to listen deeper. Number 3, which is what I've already alluded to, take aligned action. So it's, how do we stay stuck? How do we stay in pain? We discount that stuff because either we don't know number 2, which is learning how to listen deeper, to beyond our brain, to the language of our inner wisdom, which is totally normal and human, our soul. And then we don't take action on it. And it's confusing because what most of us do is we take action from fear. We take action from, I'm not safe, I'm not okay. Like we've been talking about the past weeks with, being in fight or flight and moving our bones from that place. It's so normal to us to live in these states of fear and contraction and pain. It's just what we're taught, that we don't know there's another way. And we think, wait, that is me. That's what I have to listen to. That's programs. That's pain. That isn't who you are. It's not a bad thing. It's nothing to resist. It's your humanity. But we don't have to make decisions from that place. So the pain comes, we feel it, we experience it with a little bit of space, knowing this isn't my divinity speaking to me. Maybe it's pointing me in a direction and showing me I'm in resistance, but my divinity underneath of that speaks quietly, speaks lovingly, speaks matter of factly. So and this is, again, this is like a process. We start to take action, gentle action, because look, my action was safe. My action that the divine showed me was Google this woman that popped into your head while you were in pain, when you're out of pain. So it's my responsibility. This is what we mean by co-creation. Sources there all day, quantum field, energy, science, all day going, here, new information. You're worthy and deserving of love. I'm popping love into your field all day. And we go, nope, I'm not going to take action on that. I'm not worthy of healing, or whatever the heck we have in the way, or I'm not that divine. So we discount it. So now that you start to get curious and you're like, wait, Jamie's telling me there's this whole language in there and it's safe. Okay, I can Google something. The thing that's going to pop in that's from the divine place is safe, is beautiful, is you, is in alignment with your heart. So you follow. And you can ask, is this in alignment with, number one, my intention, my prayer? Does this feel, tuning into my heart, in alignment? Or is it coming from fear? Is it sped up? Or is it just quiet and seems like an answer? Well, I'm going to just try this next one thing. We always get sped up and we go 10 times, 10 instructions out. And oh my God, what am I going to do to be totally healed? And it's like, reel it in. Is this aligned with the prayer that I sent out? I'm going to follow. So I move the formless spiritual Play-Doh that just popped into my awareness into form by taking aligned action and following a little bit at a time. And then we start to see that it works, that it's trustworthy, that it's safe, that it's normal, that it's not far out there. And we're like, oh man, I can do better in my life when I move forward from this place. My life can change. So number 3, follow, take aligned action. And number 4, understand the other energy moving through and how to handle it. Understand the other energy moving through and how to handle it. What I mean by that is what we talk about every week, right? The other energy, thought, spiritual Play-Doh, your human experience. Always to be welcomed. The fear we feel, the despair, the jealousy, the happiness, the joy, all of that. It's like waves crashing onto the sea. We have an experience, it releases. We have an experience, it releases. We come down here, in my sense, to have a human experience. We want all of that. But where we get sticky and stuck in life is when we take that stuff as at face value. And we identify, I am sad. I have this depression. You might be experiencing years and years and years of that. Valid, to be loved, to be welcomed. But it's, I have this repetitive experience moving through me. And we innocently lock it into place with some sort of judgment we have around it. Shame, I shouldn't feel this way. I'm afraid to feel this way. This is too much. I'm not okay if I feel this way or have this experience. But it's meant to be a fluid human experience of feeling everything and then releasing. So when we can start to understand this deeper language that I'm speaking to that's trustworthy, and we can start to understand energy, human experience, thought, feeling, emotion, and go, oh, I'm meant to have this. This is human. And what if I have this little higher vantage point of my soul and go, I'm going to welcome this 100%, these tears, this grief, this whatever that's moving through me, but let it move through me. Like the waves don't stick on the shore. They come. They're there. They rage. The sand goes. Whoosh, you have an experience, and then it goes back to the ocean. So the more we understand it, the less we take it seriously. The more we know who we are, the more fluid it is, the more space there is for us to hear ourselves, and the more room there is for our spirit to come forward, to hear our divine answers from a deeper place, to take action, and to allow our lives to open up. My corporation is called Divinely Human, and this is what I mean by it. We're both welcoming our divinity into our humanity and allowing our humanity fully so that we can experience our divinity. And not just thinking we're down here in humans and don't have this amazing access to our soul. We do. And it's not weird and it's not far out there. And we just have to start to get comfortable with these feelings and this language. Now, when this energy comes through you, if it feels too heavy, I'll go back to number one. I don't know what to do with this despair right now. Send me a miracle. You might get an idea in your head to go see an energy healer. You might get the idea in your head just to go outside for a walk. You might feel it. It might be, okay, I need to go to a therapist. This is too much. Or it might be, this will settle. There's not a problem. It looks like there's a problem because you're in it. And when it settles, there's that clarity underneath of it. So, if any of these steps are unclear to you, that's where I set an intention too. Hey, there's a resonance of truth I hear in what Jamie's speaking of, but I don't know this deeper language. Great. There's your intention. I want to know this deeper intuitive language. Watch stuff that starts to come into your life, books, teachers, things like that. But there is a way forward. You don't have to be stuck in things. There are miracles. There are answers to prayers. I see it every day, and my energy changes because of it. So I wish that for you. And number 5 that I added in just for fun is, which we just talked about, but stay open-minded and stay curious. I've had 2 parts of me happening. Like we'll be in couples therapy or something, and I'll have half of me wanting to defend, like, no, it's the other person, it's that. And then I'll have the other half of my spirit going, whoa, this is radical, to take full responsibility so that I can heal. And whatever insight needs to come in to shift my reality, I'm open to it. I'm open to having a completely different view of myself or the world or my identity. And it's scary because it doesn't have to be scary, but we have this like grip on who we are, and it keeps us safe. And our identity never keeps us safe. Our false identity of I am this and I am shy and I have this. If we allow ourselves to be, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Malleable, right? We're moving energy. And if we let ourselves go, I have no idea who I am. I am so curious to get to know who I am. I'm curious about my divinity and my humanity. And I'm curious about how to live in peace with all of this and what the heck all that means. The path is raw and messy sometimes and disorienting and confusing, but this is the path of awakening. This is the path of liberation, and this is the path of freedom. So if you bring 5, if you bring open-mindedness and curiosity and willingness to not know who you are and get to know who you are on this journey, instead of this is me and this is what keeps me safe, that's, for me, what I've discovered, that's where the real safety lives, because my divinity can expand on the inside out. And I go, oh God, this is the relief I've been looking for, not in trying to prove myself right or as a solid human being. So hopefully that offers you some hope and clarity on your recipe for miracles. So thank you for listening. I know that was a little bit longer, but what I want to do is move through this process with you. So we will put some music on if you want. And we're going to move through these steps gently through the meditation and bring in, create a little bit of space to bring in whatever it is that you're looking for. So You can go ahead and, follow whichever feels good to you. You can sit up or you can lay down. You can put your music on, close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths. And we're just going to spend this next 15, 20 minutes really going deep into your process. I know what this feels like. It's disorienting when we've grown up and we have one completely different view of the world and we're like, what? This is weird. What are you talking about? I can't see any of that stuff. That sounds crazy. Uh, and then you wake up one day and you're like, God, the way of the world isn't working for me. Like, I don't feel good. And so I'm at the point where I am willing to try something else. I love the Anais Nin quote. I don't know if I say her name correctly, but and the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. And we get to that point one day where we're like, this hurts. So I'm willing to like try this recipe for miracles because I got nothing to lose. Beautiful. So take some deep breaths into the belly. We're going to do 3 deep breaths just to relax the nervous system into the belly, into the chest, letting everything go. Giving you complete permission to just be here with me, to completely slow down, nothing to do right now, no work to be done. Here in this sacred space that you have created for yourself. Your soul wanted to hear today's message, which is why you showed up. Gorgeous. Feeling that physical connection between your body and what is underneath of you. I am allowing myself to consciously slow down. It is safe. I follow the nudges of my deeper divine self, which is so real and so beautiful and so valid. And I honor my brain as it has kept me safe. But I open my mind up to following a different voice, to allowing myself the love and the beauty and the freedom and the manifestations of my dreams to unfold in my life. Gentle breaths in and out of the body. Feeling the body on the ground, grounding in. Slowly relaxing the physical body. Just letting that face melt and soften. Shoulders, chest, belly. Just bring breath to the parts that are a bit more frozen. The hips, the legs. Just let everything soften. You are safe. Breathing and releasing. Good. I'm slowing down. I'm grounding into my body. I'm on the surface. I'm gently breathing in and out, and I'm allowing myself to relax one layer deeper. Settling a little bit deeper within, neither here nor there. Here, welcoming all of me, welcoming her, welcoming him into my open arms of acceptance, love, and validation. Welcoming myself into a new experience safely and slowly, all the time in the world to learn this new language, one that will serve me greatly. As I begin to settle a little bit deeper into myself, into my heart, not needing to understand this process with my mind, but feel my way through with the ancient wisdom of my soul, my knowing, my vision, my depth. Letting that part of you know I see you, I hear you, I am here now. I'm sorry if you were not seen and heard by others, but I am here now. And as you settle a little bit deeper within, what is an intention that you have from a longing in your heart? Or what is a prayer that you'd like a miracle for? Something that you're struggling with in your life, or something that you just want to create. It doesn't need to be pain, it could be just a longing of your heart. And see what feels resonant with you. And tune in and just find one. What does my heart long for? What prayer would I like an answer to today? And once you know, send it out to what you believe in. God, source, the angels, the quantum field of possibilities, science, universe, your own inner guidance, your higher self, nature. This is the longing of my heart. I proclaim it. I don't care if it seems impossible or I feel stuck here or this is silly to me. I'm even asking for this, but I'm putting it out there and I'm asking for a miracle here. I'm intending and praying. I'm using the creative force of my deeper self. And as I send this out, I settle in and I learn how to listen a bit deeper. I needn't grab for the answer, make it up from my mind. I simply rest in an open field of infinite possibilities, having no idea what simple image will pop into my mind. Maybe it's an image, maybe it's a knowing. Maybe it's a feeling or a sense or a subtle, blurry, vague piece of information. But it comes simply and easily and matter of factly as you take a moment now to float in an infinite space of unlimited potential, as you allow a new piece of energy, a new thought, a new piece of information to dawn on you when it does in its own time. As the answer might come now or later or tomorrow or this week, we have no pressure on when. We simply set our intention and learn to listen deeper than the mind, than the patterns, than the programs. We get a feel for the quietness underneath. And as the answer arises, we commit to ourselves. I hear you, wisdom. I will take one step in this direction, one step that you give me to bring this into the world of form. So we ask without needing an answer right now, what is the next step? Just the next simple step, maybe stretching my body or picking up the phone or taking a break. Could be so simple. What is the next step? Aligned action with the intention that I set from my heart, the prayer I asked in that direction. Knowing that our answer will come in its own time, we allow an ease to enter our mind and our body as we are held from within. It allows us to relax our bones and our muscles one layer deeper and settle into this reliable source of peace and wisdom inside. As we begin to understand the energies that are moving in and around it, and we feel ourselves loosening our grip, This other is my experience. All of it is welcome. It is my humanity, but it isn't all of me. It's not personal. It's not wrong. But I needn't sit and have tea with it either. I can allow it to gracefully move through me like waves crashing on the shore. And if it feels a little sticky, I can go back to one and ask how to unstick, how to see this differently. So there's a bit of space between me and it as I embrace, welcome, dissolve, transmute. And lastly, I open my mind. I remain curious. I allow myself to be wrong about everything I know and who I am. And today, I commit, if I choose, to allowing myself to get to know me. I wonder who my soul is, what my heart speaks like, who my true essence is beyond the programs of my brain. I'm willing to forgive myself and be wrong about who I thought this identity was. And I'm willing to be open-minded and curious so that as I set intentions and pray and ask for miracles, and as I learn to listen deeper and follow and take aligned action and understand the energy moving through, I can allow space for my light to shine. As the body relaxes, you breathe in. Nice and easy, coming back to 3 gentle belly breaths. And slowly begin to bring your awareness back consciously to the world of form, and you notice that connection between your body and the surface. And you're breathing into the body, and you're in the body, and you're behind your eyes, and you're planted in here, and you're on the surface, and you're in the room, and you're on the earth, and you're open. You bring one more breath into the belly, letting everything go, starting to stretch and move and wiggle the body back here, back now, opening your eyes whenever you're ready.